find yourself around the world, this is Super Freeman coming live from Vaniguesta to the district Montserrat County from the Zookware studio. Once again, I want to say welcome to today program. As you can see in the title over there, we have breaking news. National budget claims at 16.5 billion. Your first branch of government, and that is the reason why I decided to take the airway today so we can discuss. Remember I told you guys the power? Now this is a perfect time to dive into that. But until then, listen to some really good music from Kipamos, Maryland County. I told you people yesterday, we have to promote our culture, our tradition. We have to be proud where we're from. If we can't do it for us, nobody will do it for us, man. Just listen to the music. If you don't understand the wording, enjoy the beat. Okay, good evening everybody. Once again I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in, taking off your busy schedule to just listen to me. I really appreciate the constant support from those who came to support me, and I also ask them to share the video and make sure that you reach out, get the information out to people so they can tune in. Now normally I will do it back to back, but there's a reason why I decided to come on air tonight or this afternoon or this evening, wherever Liberians are, wherever you find yourself. You know, a couple of weeks ago we talked about the national legislature, and I was trying to educate my audience about the power that branch of government has, and that one powerful branch of government that is not functioning at all, and because of that you see the direction in which the country is going. And so I decided to come on air when I saw the news, and as you can see in the caption that said breaking news. And sometimes ago we talk about the national legislature, and this is one branch of government I will continue to highlight as we continue to discuss the unfolding circumstances that is happening in Liberia, because this is the branch of government that is responsible to really make sure that everything falls in line, check and balance, because everything the executive do, everything, if this body of government come out and say no, we cannot approve, I'm telling you, nothing happened. And that is the reason why I decided to talk about this topic again, to revisit this topic, because when I was reading Front Page Africa, I love the breakdown that it gave, and I want to share that with you so you can see what I was talking about when I said this government, this branch of government, this is the most powerful but doing less. don't know, because when I was reading, the only thing that came to my mind, I have never doubt that some of the people that are in our house that I know, they do have the credential when it comes to education and understanding the Constitution. I know that for a fact. Maybe but I know there are capable men and women in our house. And the last time we talked about the branch of government, I said either they don't know what to do, or they just don't want to do it. And so, remember I told you this branch of government is so powerful to the extent that it oversees almost everything that goes on in the country. This branch of government is informed. There is nothing that goes on that this branch of government is not aware. And if so, if something do go on and they have no ideas, they have the power, I'm not telling you, it's no joke, to call whosoever they respect them. So this is a branch of government that is so powerful. And something happened today, that's what I wanted to throw light on. Remember I told you that this is the branch of government that is responsible for creating the laws that govern the nation. I told you that this branch of government represent the population in the national government, because remember, I'm from Marion County, I got my representative there. You from Bond County, you got your own, you got your senator. And various districts and things that is in these rural counties, these are the people that represent us. So, to just tell you that this branch of government is so powerful and it did something today, and that is why I want to throw light on. So let's dive into the topic right now, because it's just a short program, because like I said, I saw something today that I read and I felt the need to share with you people, because I'm a man who like to be fair. When something good happens, we say the good. When something bad happens, but we have to be very objective. And so, here is the story today from Front Page Africa. Where is the story? Where is it? Oh, come on, let me find the thing. Okay, here we go. This is the headline for Front Page Africa. House passes 2023 budget at $794.5 million. This is the budget for 2023. This is the national budget. This is the money that's going to be used from January to whatever the fiscal year is, which is, I know, is December 31st. Now, I will give credit to this government though, because the budget, normally the broad budget will be around 500 million, and now we see an increase, 16.5 million increase in the national budget. So you're talking about $794 million. Wow. That means people over there, we are good people. It's just that for whatever reason, like I said, we are losing some of our value because of the fact that we're not appreciative to God, the country that we are giving us, Liberia. And because we complain, instead of the time we take to complain, we should be using our time to better ourselves, to think, to be more innovative. How can we create more revenue? What can we do to make Liberia better instead of just sitting down and depending on other people? And you can see that evidence here. The budget increased by $16.5 million. That's a huge, I'll be very objective. Now, here it is. It's a plenary decision. Follow a recommendation by the House Committee on Ways, Means and Finance after collaborating with its Senate counterpart for a 3-week public hearing into the draft national budget. Remember I told you people, when you say draft, what that means, they put it together, they put the budget together, a rough estimate of everything in the budget. Healthcare, they say 500,000 or 3.5 million. Salaries, maybe they say 20 million. You know, when you hear the word draft, it's not final until you go to that body and then you take the pen and go line by line. After the final minister submit that budget, go line by line. We see you got this amount of money for this ministry or agency. Can you tell us why? So that process was done 3 weeks ago. Now maybe they listen to me or other people, but I will tell you I'm very impressed just by reading the stories, because this is what we expect from our first branch of government. You remember I told you people that we can't blame Judge Openwia because I know it's easy for everybody to just put the problem on you, but no. This is a democratic government. 3 branches: executive, legislature, and the judiciary branch of government. Those are 3 separate institutions. The president is the head of the executive. Your national legislature is headed by your speaker, and then your judicial branch of government headed by the Supreme Court justice. So, and I think part of the reason why they're doing this is because I know there are capable men and women in the house that can do this. They really understand, but I just think for whatever reason they decide to pull back, because maybe they feel like we're not paying attention, or we're not talking about, we are not treating light on their performance more, and that is why I decided to highlight this branch of government will be discussed throughout, whether who really election or not. We will keep a close eye on them to see what are they doing. So 3 weeks ago, the committee reported that ministries and agencies were given the opportunity to defend their draft proposal. You see what I'm telling you? When the government, the branch of government, when they really want to do something, they can do it because they have the power. Now, key word that I look for in this story that I want to bring to your attention. This committee, according to Frontiers Africa, they brought in ministries and agencies that the draft proposal, that remember I told you, draft is just something like, because they will read it. Now, the pastor already, so probably they were satisfied with the explanation from those various agencies and ministries. That's how the process works. But you know the reason why I came on air when I said breaking news, I've been following politics, and I've never seen this level of, should I call it transparency, or somebody showing leadership or accountability. And you know, I don't want to go off topic, but I think the media institution in Liberia, which is called the Full Estate, I think they need to do no better job. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But I'm very impressed with this report, that at least we are getting some clear picture now. I don't know how many people in Liberia or Liberians around the world try to follow Front Page Africa. I try to do that every chance that I have. So these people met, agencies were given the opportunity to defend their draft proposal. In cases where there were doubt or insufficient information, the committee said the committee is divided itself into two subcommittees to ensure that the hearing intently look at the programs in detail. You see that? Yeah, three people working now and getting some credit. But I think they do all of this to jab us, because soon we get another 6 years, the board will disappear. The board will disappear again, and the company. So we can't, in how much we give them the praise. I'm very impressed, but they say, fool me one, fool me twice, something like that, I don't know. So we have to start to give them credit, and that's why I'm taking my time to go into details, to just break down the work that they have done so far. I'm so impressed, and this is something that this branch of government should be doing, because we pay them all this money for this. They represent us. They have to ask the hard question. They have to hold people accountable. Now, pay attention to where I'm going, because my background as a man, as a PNP satisfier, and a project management or practitioner, budget is something that I will always deal with through all. Because any project has a budget. So I understand how the two work. And that is why I'm taking my time to bring it to you people, because I'm really impressed so far with what I just saw. And in this project, just imagine, pause for a minute and think, if you guys were doing what they're doing, just what they just displayed, I'm telling you, we will be in a better place. Now, let me tell you what impressed me more. They said they divided themselves into subcommittee. That means we break the work down. That means maybe it too plenty, so we're going to break up in section. We take 5 ministry or 2 agencies. You can't tell us when they say intent. That means they want to know every bit and pieces. If you say you put $1 there for salt, give us the reason why we need a $1 to buy the cola nut. This is what we are talking about. This is what we expect. So you see, I won't take, and this is why I say I'll continue to do this show until people start to listen, because I'm not here to criticize. All I'm here is to educate us. And how can we address the big elephant in the room, that is lack of accountability or neglect of our citizen duty? And this is something that I want people from Liberia to pay attention to. And so, this is breaking news. I say I have to touch on this topic, because last night I talked about tradition and culture, and these are some of the effects that we're looking at here. So now, they went ahead to ensure that the very look at the programs in detail, so as to show the value for the money. What? The value for the money. That means if you tell us say we should honor take or the proposal here is good for this, what is in there for the Liberian people? This is what the people are supposed to do. And part of those when the discussion is going on sometimes, they're supposed to go back to that various those places and call town hall meeting and then explain to you, hey, this now what they say, the draft. So that draft budget when you get a draft budget, they're supposed to look at the draft budget, where in it, and bring it to you because the budget is in you, and then get your input about, hey, what is unfolding or this is what the people are saying. You know, but they don't do that. They don't respect each and every one of us. And they just go on ping, 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 like people who don't have their hair no tea. So, now, major revenue generating agency that was GRIL. You know what we want to say GRIL? In that GRIL, we see the real blaster. You know what GRIL, we say probably very blasted them. Oh no, hot to them, man. Yeah. That means the body they had people in the hot seat because they have the power. They can say we're not passing that budget, there will be no budget pass. If they are not satisfied with the explanation, but I like the fact that Front Page Africa took a turn to use verb and adjective in this report. GRIL. That means we want to know in details. You're not just bringing something here to us that the girl the brown envelope that will get passed. So again, like I said, I will always be objective and I will hold people accountable. So there is the breakdown. Here is the breakdown. Of the $749, $749 million, $794 million, $794.5 million budget. This is it. This is how it's broken down. You see, I told you that when I first spoke on this issue, you remember I told you that this is what the people are supposed to do. They're supposed to make sure that sorry about the interruption. They're supposed to make sure that they account for every penny, and this will impress me about this. This is the breakdown they're giving to us. This is how it works behind the scene. I'm telling you, this is how it works. Thank God for Front Page Africa. This is very beautiful. Now, all of the $794.5 million, they're telling us the largest chunk, $295 million, $620, no, $205,600,000. They say this amount of money go to compensation of employees. So now when they say employee, I don't know what they're talking about. I will assume, but next time I will appreciate that they give us a complete comprehensive breakdown. Are they talking about government? I assume it's government employees. Yes, so they say 295, almost 600,000, 720,000. Now when $39 goes to compensation for employees. So I will assume when they say compensation, that will include employee salaries, maybe health benefit and other stuff. That's what they said. You remember I told you, every penny, every dollar that is spent is supposed to go line by line, and this is what they're doing. Now, the next thing that budget they talk about 118,656,601.83. You see, that's a subsidy. Now, I don't know if it's subsidy for what. It's so vague. For what? Then it said $4,946. No, they say okay. They say, let me start over again because I don't like. I appreciate the breakdown, but it's got more detail and thorough to my liking. But I give them credit. Only the $794.5 million. They say $295,620,939 goes toward employee compensation. $118,656,601.83 goes to subsidy. $4,946,554 for grant. Now, pay attention to this. And this is where I say the media in Nigeria got to do a better job. Because when they're giving you numbers than this, this is what they do. Like I said, budget is something that I got pretty good understanding of that, because that's something that my profession I have to deal with. Now, you can put stuff in the budget. That proposed budget or the draft budget, like the thing that they bring to the House. Now, they are telling us $4,946,554 goes to work grant. Can anybody right now inbox me or go to the show right now and comment and tell me what type of grant program do we have in Liberia? How many people have benefited from the grant? I want you to pay attention to that $4 million. That's a grant money, because when you say grant money, programs, and this is where the media come in to answer me the question. Okay, let's move forward. And then, I still got problem with the $180 million subsidy. I don't know subsidy for what. And they tell the guy $4 million for grant. I don't know what type of grant do the Liberian government offer. I just don't know. Now they say social benefit, $16,524,851. They said no. They say that's social benefit. So employee compensation, I will assume the salary, the social benefit maybe go in there too. You see, this is where now we need clarification, because compensation in my mind, salary including benefit, everything should be included into the total amount. which is 295 million. In my mind, there were things of social benefit should be plugging into that bucket, because your salary, anytime they hire you, your salary, your benefit, everything is included in your salary. So that $295 million should include social benefit. But again, we just see these things. Who asked the question? Our representative, our senator should be asking where the meaning of social benefit. So you see how these people, they go about stealing from us. Somebody need, I don't know whether to ask the question or not, but I want to know where is social benefit. Then it said non-financial asset. They gave $176 million, $226,409. Non-financial asset. Domestic liabilities. Domestic liability. They put in $112,551,000, and then they put a foreign liability. Foreign liability. Then they come here and say foreign liability. 56,460,362. That's how they break it down to us. This is how they got the budget. Now, if I go back to this thing, our lawmakers should be telling us, number one, why they got $295,000 for employee compensation, and then they also got $4 million for social benefit. I need to know. I need to understand where that money for. Now, so let's go down to the story. Maybe they explain further, and as I read, I will bring it to people just like I see it. But let me not get lost into the numbers though. What I'm trying to show or pinpoint here is the fact that there was a committee that go through this budget, and now you see how they break it down. So that means when our representatives go and vote, that means we vote. When they say they agree with it, that means we agree. That's how they pass the budget. But they're trying to tell you that they went through a way, means, and finance. That's a committee. You remember in that session I talked about the Voter Oversight Committee. This is what Ways and Means does. They take care of the financial aspect of the country, making sure that every penny that is spent is accounted for. Alright. And so that's what they do now. They say recommendations. The committee recommendation as adopted by plenary call for all revenue collected from the road fund to be remitted to the road fund authority by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning as collected with 5% of said fund shall be for the administration of the road fund authority. Now, listen to what it said. The committee's recommendation as adopted by plenary for all revenue collected from the road fund to be remitted to the road fund authority. So, in other words, they say and I don't know if they did this before passing the budget, because according to the story, we didn't pass the budget because before, you remember the draft budget that go before the House. Now, after they go through all the numbers, this is what they do. They send this recommendation back and say, no, we can't sign the budget yet because we would like to see this go to this place, this go to that place. So maybe as I read further, it will tell us more. But right now, I always start scratching my head. So that's Ways, Means, and Finance. These are the recommendations from them. Of said fund shall be for the administration of the Road Fund Authority. Now, when you hear probate, you say, oh, rules. That's not open money. That's not about government money, our money. You and myself, our money. And that's why I see the budget government very has the authority to change the course of the country. But because of their inability to do their job, that is why we're not getting the desired result that we ought to get because of this type of lazy behaviors. Now, a call for the direct transfer to the affected counties. A call for the direct transfer to the affected counties. Social Development Fund, including the land rental fees and a revenue sharing of 50-50 between the central government and the counties, city, township, borough. Now, this is what he's saying. So I don't know whether it happened because the budget passed. That means they followed the policy. So the question here is, and that's why again I see the media sometimes, because I don't know if they ask this question or I'm a little bit confused because I see recommendation but I also see that the budget passed. So he said, for all excess budgetary revenue collected from real property taxes. So you see the real property taxes, that money, they call it escrowed account. All social development funds, including the land rental fee and revenue sharing of 50-50 between the central government and the counties. That's a good thing. Because if I live in Bronx County and I'm paying property tax, I pay taxes for other things, I think that's a good thing that the government get 50%, we get 50%. Our 50% is what we're supposed to use to operate the county like in America here. You pay taxes, they got federal tax and they got the state tax and they got the city tax. This is how everything works. What for the federal government goes to the federal government. What for the state goes to the state. What for the city, stay with the city because the city got her own employees. They got their own expenditure. That they got their own budget. And you see that when I talk about subsidy in the budget, this is what the federal government will overcome if there's a need to assist with a program. So that subsidy budget, I can understand why it was in the national budget, because if Port County did not raise enough fund, or Margibi did not raise enough fund from taxes, or whatever program that they have there, and maybe they're trying to undertake something, and then they can write, that way they give in that budget, they got a grant. So I hope people that are working with the counties need to pay attention to that money they got in there for grant. Take advantage of it. Your Liberian government say we put $4 million here for grant. I don't know if people are aware, because I don't think a lot of you people really have the chance or the opportunity to read these things. But I'm telling you, this is what they put in the budget. Now, they say this come after affected counties including Lima, Bon, and Grand Bassa complain that portion of the county social development fund are being upheld by the central government. Listen to this. Listen to this. This come after affected counties: Nima, Bon, Grand Bassa. So the question here is, where are these senators and representatives from these rural counties? These are people that represent Nima County, Bon County, Grand Bassa County. Where are they? Because you can't punish those counties for no reason. In spite of political disagreement, you can't prevent the county and its people from receiving what they're supposed to receive. You see the flaw and the breakdown right there in your national legislature. Because if this is something that is truth, and you got your Nima County, your state senator Prince Johnson, all over the airwave, say he party with the CDC government. You got Youngblue Lawrence Kanga, you have what they call all the boys there, and you telling me the federal government hold the people money? Can you imagine that? And this is where again we'll talk about the media in Liberia. We'll definitely talk about the media, the member of the full estate. My expectation of them, because like I said, they probably all part of this problem. Every one of us is part of this problem. Until we can start to play our role willfully and start thinking about ourselves. And you know, the moment we start to throw light on things and start to hold people accountable, people's behavior will start to change. The media is one powerful organization that also help to inform the people, give them the right information. You cannot be so involved with party lines. That is not the media job. But that's another topic all for itself. I just trying to stay focused on things. So, and later on, I will have to dive deep because I want to know what happened after Nima County, Bon County, and Grand Bassa complained that the portion of the county social development fund are being held by the central government. We want to know. So that story, I keep my eyes on it, and I'll do some background check on that, and I'll get back to you people. And then we say, Plan also adopted the committee recommendation that call for budgetary appropriation of the Liberian Revenue Authority (LRA) to be paid immediately upon collection of revenue by the budgetary ratio of 5% of revenue collection until budgetary ceiling is realized in accordance with the act of creating the LRA. What that means, plenary adopted the committee, so the plenary accepted the committee recommendation that call for budgetary appropriation. I mean, budgetary money appropriation. The thing say they agree that X amount of money, is like $50. They agree that $50 will be made available to the Liberian Revenue Authority (LRA). They say it will be paid to them immediately upon collection of revenue by. So I think part of that is wherever they collect 5% of that money, ratio of 5% of revenue collection on is what? To be paid immediately upon collection of revenue. So 5% of revenue collection until the budgetary ceiling is realized in accordance with the act. So you have to collect that money and put 5% wherever it's supposed to go. But in as much I saw the breakdown here, and this is very impressive. But I just think we need more. We need more. And thank God the police out there so are also educating the population. Take for example, if you try to do a farm project in Liberia and maybe you need palaxes, you need whole shovel, the grant is there because they put in this budget. They got $4 million there. Liberians, we need to start taking advantage. We can sit there and just complain. If you need to undertake a project, you write your project proposal and justify the government get the money to give it to you. We need to start testing these systems because the reason why all the money was sitting there. Now, that's the thing. When the people allocate budget, I'm telling you, this is something that I do, that I know of. When all the money that all the breaking that they give at the end of the year, they go back. How much we are used? I will start off with the domestic liability in the grant thing that really got to my attention. So that money is there, $4 million. What happened is it's sitting there. And if people not applying for that money, guess what? At the end of the year, where you got real transparency and honesty, when you hear in other country or America they say budget surplus, that what happened because any money that is not used, there's a terminology called rollover. Any money that you get a children $200 for research, you say every month I'm getting $200. You put out $200 in a bank that you and your children got asset to, and you can say the $200 I'm putting in this lunch bag. Monday to Friday, you go there and take $2. So at the end of the month, your dad go to look or your parents go to look into that bag, and when you realize that the $200 for January, probably maybe you use only maybe $150, and the reason I use $150 because maybe you miss a couple of days, maybe due to illnesses or holidays and stuff like that. So now, when you go and you check the $200, you only use $150. You got $50 left over from January. So what you do with that $50? They put somebody will call it rollover because from January to December they got $200 in each month that you're supposed to use for your lunch. So when you go January, they may use only $150. They got $50. February they may use $175. They got $25. So that money that is left, that's what they refer to as rollover. That money roll over to the next year. Now I know for sure that money nobody put in there. If nobody asking question, this is how the students start because they don't roll that money over. And I don't think they educating people about this. And this is something that because remember now, you are legislature, they see it. I wasn't aware that we have grant in the budget every year. So you see, your representative, your senator should be telling you. In fact, they should have people in their offices helping the county official how to make use of the money. Hey, we need a community farm. We got $4 million budgeted in the budget. We need to construct a playground. Social stuff that the community need. As long as you write your budget proposal and the people go to review it, and you meet the qualification, that money should be given to you. Now, like I said, I will appreciate if somebody can give me some insight, and I myself look for that information. So I promised it wasn't going to be a long show because I just wanted to throw light on what I saw. In as much I see a little bit of transparency, but I think I need to see more. number one, we will investigate why central government held up the money from Nima County, Bond County, and Grand Bassa County. We want to know why. What is going on? Not because our leader disagree with the central government, mean that we should be punished. We all are Liberians. We are entitled. It belongs to all. It is our right. You can't deprive anybody. So maybe there's a reason. And now the next time I come to you on the air, I'll be talking to you directly about member of the full estate. So I just chose to throw light on this thing because through all my discussion, this is one branch of government that will be on top because their responsibility is check and balance. They're supposed to make sure everything in the country work according to the way it's supposed to work, based upon the constitution. And what they can do, they can make laws. They can adjust. That's what they call amend. They can amend. They can write bills. All the little things, they know what to do to make the system work. And so that is why when I saw the news, I said breaking news, I have to bring it to my people. And then we can go from there. Now, listen again. Listen to something just caught my eyes in the story. They say after this, realize the economy with the out of okay. This clause will be welcomed by the NRA after it may. This clause will be future things. Future things. Not telling me. You're not telling me this clause is. They say this clause will be welcomed by the NRA after it made passionate appeal to the legislature for more support during the budget hearing. Hearing? Key word. They say the NRA by the NRA after it made it passionate. What I mean passionate, that word mean, you know, you acting so sorrowful, you begging. Please, you don't do this or appeal to who? To the legislature. They appealing to who? To the legislature. I want you to pay attention to that. They made a passionate appeal to the legislature for more support. You remember? You see the power these people have? This is what I'm talking about. Nothing going in our country if your national legislature say we don't agree, nothing will work. But because they sell their right for little or nothing, and that is the reason why the executive branch of government continue to take advantage of them because the lack of integrity in our office. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so speaking during the NRA appearance, Deputy Commissioner General for Technical Services, Gabriel Montgomery, said domestic revenue mobilization is a life of the county development. Now, what is going on as we are giving ever bigger targets and pushing ourselves to meet them, the need for adequate financing of the Revenue Authority and other revenue generating initiatives need to be prioritized. This part of the conversation, Mr. Chairman, that we would like for you and your team to critically consider, he added. Here is it. I told you, the people here. Did you see the deputy NRA go there and cause? And here they say, passionate, what I mean, sorry for begging. And remember, we have to account for every cent that the executive spend. You heard what the deputy NRA say? They say Mr. Chairman, we're begging you. We need more because that's what the executive government is supposed to do. They're always supposed to push and advocate for that agency and administration and whatever. But again, it comes down to the national legislature cross-examining everything, cross-examination to make sure does he really need $10 for taxi US every day? Taxpayer money. Taxpayer money. And so you can already see what is unfolding. This is your 54 legislation. But you know, I don't want to take too much of your time. I will pause here for now, and then I will read and do some more research. Probably you will hear from me tomorrow, if not Saturday, and then we will go into more in-depth discussion. And I would really appreciate it if people can share the video. I need more comment. I need people to people that are in Liberia. Like I'm coming live from Vanuatu. I will search for information, but there are some questions in there that I need, and I told you I saw something that caught my eyes. They got $4 million there for grant. So my point told say I want to tell you now, we have to start preparing our own proposal because we need to make our farm. We need to carry on subdevelopment in Vanuatu. So I already know they got $4 million in that budget. I don't know if your senators or your representatives telling you, but it is my duty that I say, y'all share the video. So once again, this is a short section breaking news. Your national horse passed $794.5 million for the fiscal year of 2023, budget year 2023. You know, I also want to see there's an increase. I saw something here, $16.5 million increase. That's huge. And also, what that means, I also touched on that. So I hope you can digest the information. You can do some research. You can ask some questions. And then, if not tomorrow, definitely on Saturday, we will be having a discussion. Until then, so long. Sobert D. Fremont coming from Vanuatu to the district of Morocco County from the Zobia studio. You have a pleasant evening and stay blessed. See you all.